Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. Look what just arrived in my life. I am so excited about this. I am a Christmas fanatic and I do have a couple of Christmas decks. Granted, they're not tarot. I've got Lenormand and I've got a very lovely Kipper deck that are Christmassy, but this is beautiful. So this arrived today. We're going to unbox this thing. We're going to have a look through it. So this is the Yuletide Tarot. This is by Kristoffer Hughes and the art is by Erin O'Leary Brown. So this thing is big. Look at the size of this box. This is absolutely beautiful. So we have a very full size, I don't know if it's bigger than my hand, you can see that. So it's like a book. Let's see on the side, we've got some lovely artwork on the side there, and then we've got the back. Let's take the cellophane off because I haven't done that. I've restrained myself for an entire 24 hours because I was busy yesterday when it arrived. So let's see what we've got here. And it is so big, it doesn't quite fit in the screen. So as we flip through, I'll go through a little bit more. There we go. We've got a little bit of the glare off there. Absolutely beautiful. Very high quality box. As you can see, we've got hope, warmth, and tarot cheer for the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, yes, yes. All I can say is yes. Nice magnetic closure on the side, if you can see that. Beautiful. And let's open her up and see what we've got. Oh my goodness, I'm in love. All right. Inside cover of the box here, we've got, on the shortest day and the longest night, my gift to you is the warmth of light. Isn't that beautiful? And would you look at this? This is a book. Wow. Look at the thickness of that book. That is wonderful. And of course, it's like a little candy cane thing on there. It's very Christmassy. It doesn't quite fit in the screen. So I'm sorry for that, but I'll just kind of move it around a little bit. And yeah, this is a book. Full color, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So we have unlocked the mysteries of tarot, recapture the joy and wisdom of this enchanted season by learning to see each card through childlike eyes. Best-selling author Kristoffer Hughes helps you navigate the Yuletide Tarot, encouraging you to explore seasonal energies and find guidance in Erin O'Leary Brown's unforgettable illustrations. This deck has cleverly adapted Rider-Waite-Smith suits to merry midwinter themes, candles, good cheer, canes, and gifts. In addition to tarot basics and thoughtful interpretations of each card, this guidebook features 5 new spreads, yay, that embody the holiday spirit. Through captivating stories and deep insight, Yuletide Tarot fills you with warmth as you gain new perspective and unwrap answers you seek. So lovely, lovely there. Now, I've been reading cards, tarot, Kipper, Lenormand, and some very weird ones, gypsy cards and all that kind of stuff for, oh God, I don't know, 20, 30 years. Anyways, very long time, not quite as long on YouTube. And, you know, the thing is, whenever I get a new deck and whenever, oh, look at that, that's pretty. And whenever they include spreads for that particular deck, I still get excited. I have a million spreads that I use on my own, and quite often, half the time, I just do things freeform. Whatever I'm called to pull is what I'll pull in whatever order, right? I don't necessarily, you know, fit in a box kind of thing. But I like it when they do these things. I like trying new spreads. I like, see, where does someone else's imagination take them? Where does someone else's divination practice take them? So if you are, whether you're new to reading tarot or whether you're seasoned, don't pigeonhole yourself into one little corner. Be flexible, be adaptable, right? And be willing to try new things. So let's get into this. I'm just going to move this box out of the way for 1 second before we go into that. We're going to have a look at the book here. So we've got the illustrator and the author. Wonderful. Oh, would you look at that? That is so pretty. So pretty. Contents, tarot basics, majors, minors, and spreads. All right, beautiful. Oh, it feels like Christmas already. So we've got all information on reading the cards. Let's see. What else do we have? Okay, we've got like a little cheat sheet here. And this is actually just to, by the looks of it, and this is like a conversion chart, so to speak. So we have the traditional name, for example, is, let's see, ones that are different. Are there any? Yes. So we've got Judgment card down here. And in this deck, the Yuletide Tarot name is the List rather than Judgment. And of course, the keywords do remain the same. Hierophant, we've got the Hierophant traditional, and then Sinterklaas is this version's name of it. So we've got a few little things here in case you don't have the numbers memorized. And then we've got, by the looks of it, we've got the traditional suit. Here we go. I don't know if you can read it. We've got the traditional suit, wands, and this one is candles, obviously fire. We've got cups, good cheer is water. Swords is called canes, and that's air. And then we've got the pentacles or coins, and this is gifts, and it is earth energy. So another little cheat sheet there. And normally I'm not a huge fan when people change the suit names. Sometimes it doesn't really quite make sense. But I think in this case, it probably does make sense, right? Just make it all Christmassy. Card 0, which is usually the Fool. And we've got the Child, right? This childlike sense of wonder and innocence and excitement. Very much the Fool energy, right? So this is really nice. So we've got the full color picture of the card, and then we've got a big long description of that. And then look at it. It goes like, so we've got 2.5 full pages of the description for each one, at least in the major arcana. Let's have a look at the minors. Ace of Candles, right? Ace of Wands, beautiful energy, right? And we've got, let me see, we've got 2 pages, so we've got a couple of good meanings for their Ace of Good Cheer. It would be the Ace of Cups, right? Ace of Canes, and the Ace of Gifts all coming in there. So this is lovely. Let's have a quick look at the spreads. Look at how big this book is. This is awesome. Awesome. They took some time with this thing. I love it when they do that. A lot of decks these days, they just, especially mass market ones, they just seem very much thrown together, right? And, they just, I don't know, it's just like a money grab or something like that. So very annoying sometimes. So we've got some spreads coming in here. And this is the first one. This is the Yule tree spread. And there's the spread right there. Looks like a tree. And so it describes what each placement means. We've got the 12 days of Yule spread here, and each one of the days of the 12 days of Christmas, or the 12 days of Yule, and the question for each day. So that's very interesting on that one. We have the darkest night spread right there, and this is about using your light, using your shadow, that kind of thing. The 3 ghosts spread is right there. And we have the list. So the list spread right there. So that's kind of fun. I can't wait to use those. But wow, like this is a hefty book. Okay, so let's get rid of the book. Very much get rid of the book, and let's go back to what we really came here for, is the cards. Okay, so we've got a nice little ribbon. We like ribbons there. So we've got the cards right there. Fit in the hole. Wonderful. We'll get rid of that box again. And let's take the cellophane off of this and have a look at cardstock. I can already tell it's about a normal cardstock. I think this is Llewellyn that put this deck out. Is it? Let's see. Why doesn't it say there? Yes, it's Llewellyn. So this is going to be regular Llewellyn cardstock. So if you've got anything from them, then you're going to know what I'm talking about here. And they're usually pretty standard. They're usually pretty like a semi-gloss kind of thing. And they're actually usually very good, if you can see by the length of my hand there. They're usually easy to shuffle, and even if you've got some smaller hands. So let's rip into this thing. I love the back of the cards. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Of course, we all like to see the back of the cards, right? All right, get rid of that, throw that on the floor. pick it up later. Okay, so back of the card, beautiful, something that we would expect for a Christmas deck, right? We've got a nice wreath and some holly there, and yeah, so semi-gloss. You can kind of see that there. You can see my moon, my moon lamp in the background. So cardstock here is very standard, but it is the semi-gloss here, so it's going to spread very beautifully, right? Beautiful. Okay. No, it doesn't stick to each other. It doesn't have any rough edges, anything like that. Glides beautifully. So let's have a look at each card and see what we've got here. I'm just going to pause this for a second and put the camera just a little bit closer so that you can get the close-up point of view. All right, so here we go. Now we've got the child. We already saw that one in the book, but this is lovely, right? We've got a child sitting there looking at the fireplace, hoping for Santa. We've got the gifts on the tree and all excited for the day to come. And wait, is there a dog? I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a candle. Okay. So the only thing we're missing here is the typical obligatory puppy dog, right? Man's best friend. Not in this deck, but hey, we'll forgive that because it's so pretty. We've got the Magus coming in here, which is the magician. Very lovely. Got all the resources in the basket, a little bit of magic mushrooms down there, a scythe, harvesting some resources there. So that is, again, quite lovely. This one looks kind of very interesting. This is the I can never say that, Wid, we'll call it. This is your high priestess, right? Moon up there. We've got the black and white for the trees, right? And so that's very lovely. The Empress, which is in this one called the Matrona. So the matron of everything. A little bit plain Jane in this particular one, right? But we do have pregnant, right? We do have the sun, right? Bringing in growth and harvest. We do have the candle down there. But we're a little bit in a blizzard, so it's not quite as warm and fuzzy as we would normally have the Empress card being. But, it also winter, right? So she is, giving birth to something there. So let's see what else we've got. We've got the Holly King, and the Holly King, this is your emperor, right? He looks very, very confident and very prestigious in that energy, right? We've got the ram's head or the sheep's head down there. We've got his staff. We don't have the throne, but again, he is in the forest and probably the king of the forest by the looks of it there. We've got the Hierophant, which is Sinterklaas in this one. I don't know how you say it, but anyways, so this is the Hierophant. So we do have some followers there, and he is the leader, and they all believe in him. We've got all the little creatures of the forest there, and again, nice wintry scene. Mistletoe, and this is the Lovers card. How fitting for that. Two lovers kissing under a tree. We've got some mistletoe there, and hey, look, it looks like some divine guidance that is placing the mistletoe right under there. So Chariot card coming in, Santa's sleigh. It's a no-brainer for that one, I would say. Off to deliver all of his gifts and getting his will done. Very ambitious to deliver gifts all over the globe on one night. Then we have the Strength card coming in here. So interesting that we've got I'm assuming Santa Claus that's here. I'm probably on his off hours. So interesting that we've got a male figure, right, with the reindeer, and typically in the Strength card it is a female figure, right, with the lion, and of course this probably lead reindeer here is needing to be tamed, right? But so but I guess it is your Christmas deck, right? So that would be your Santa Claus, or yeah, it looks like Santa Claus in that they're taming his reindeer and being very patient while he's doing that. Father Christmas is card number 9, traditionally the Hermit card, and that one looks, very self-explanatory. We're following a pathway. We've got a wise old sage, right, Father Christmas, and we've got that lit lantern there in that card. The Wheel of the Year. I like that. Now, I mean, you know, if you're a traditional tarot reader, of course, you don't have all of the symbols showing up there. You don't see the entire wheel. But of course, this is winter and it's a blizzard, and you know, so it is actually quite fitting. And I don't know if I can really see what it says in there. I'm sure it says something. I'll probably have to check the book to see what that really says in that. But anyways, you get the point. Then we've got the Justice card, number 11. So another wintry scene. Now it looks justice is served. All right, I get it. Okay, so justice is served, and you know, poor little kid there, he's probably been naughty all year, and he is getting his just rewards. So he is getting his lump of coal. So we can assume that he has not been a good boy throughout the year. So justice is served. What is your karma serving you? We've got the Hanged Man coming in here, which is called the Hanged Man, and you know, we've got the Tree of Plenty by the looks of it there, and just, you know, hanging out, probably a little bit chilly, but anyways, so very interesting in that one. We've got the Death card coming in here, and he is called Death, and this looks like the Grim Reaper going through what it looks like old London or something like that. This reminds me of I forget which Christmas Carol version it is anyways, but there's one with like the Grim Reaper there. You can't see his face, and he's just pointing. I think it's Mickey's Christmas Carol, actually. But anyway, we've got Balance coming in here, which is, of course, the Temperance card. So we've got some spiritual alchemy coming in here, bringing in healing, bringing in some balance and patience there. We've got the Krampus. All right. And this is the Devil card. So yeah, we've got some all sorts of challenging things going on there. Looks like the children have overindulged probably in their Christmas goodies, and they're just tempted, and they're giving into their temptations there. We have, this one is called the Lightning Tree, but this is, of course, the Tower card. Very fitting imagery, right? We usually do have a lightning bolt coming down, hitting a tower, in this case, the Christmas tree, and everyone's running for their lives. Okay, then we've got the star. I love that. Love that, love that. Beautiful Christmas tree, star lighting the way on there, and everyone is just wonderfully peaceful and calm and with lots of blessings there. So we have the Moon card coming in here. So in this case, it's a painting of the moon, and people are sitting under it. So I'm gonna have to look at that card a little bit closer. We do have the dog and the wolf that are on the mantle there, howling or barking at the moon as well. All right. The sun, right? The sun always comes out. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's feeling good. They're feeling creative. They're active, right? Everyone's got a lot of energy. All their wishes are fulfilled. They've got wine. They've got food. They've got fun and joy and happiness. So there you go with the sun. And then we've got the List. And this is, of course, the Judgment card, right? So your day of reckoning, so to speak. Are you naughty? Are you nice? Do you get another chance? All of that kind of stuff, all of that kind of fun stuff. So that is that one. And we have the World coming in here. So successfully completing your journey. We've got blessings, and we've got some abundance there. Everything coming into alignment. You're enjoying where you are, and you're ready to take the next step. We've got this victory wreath right up there. So beautiful. All right, we'll go through these ones a little bit faster, but we've got the Ace of Candles. So there's the candle. So it looks like they've put them in order of probably aces, twos, threes, fours. So we've got the Ace of Good Cheer. So it's the Ace of Cups, some nice mulled wine or something like that in there. The Ace of Canes, which I think was the Ace of Swords. Canes or swords, yeah. Okay, so we've got a little candy cane hanging on a tree. Ace of Gifts, so it's your Ace of Pentacles, right? Your earth energy, your material world. And then we've got twos. So your Two of Candles right there. 1, 2 candles. She's writing some postcards. She's sending some things off, putting some plans in motion kind of thing, or making some plans. We've got the Two of Good Cheer. Cheers, everybody. Two people coming together. Friendship, good cheer, harmony. Wonderful. The Two of Canes, Two of Swords. Yeah, we've got the obligatory arms crossed, 2 candy canes, right? And some decision making possibly. The Two of Gifts coming in here, and this is your Two of Pentacles. So dude walking on the street carrying multiple things. He's juggling a lot of packages, right? But he's keeping it all together. So let's see. We've got the Three of Candles. That's your Three of Wands energy. Looking out, ready for action, getting prepared there. We've got the Three of Good Cheer, the Three of Cups, right? Happy hour card, getting together with friends, celebrating, having a good time, enjoying the company that you keep. The Three of Canes, so the Three of Swords right there. I guess the mushroom is probably like the heart, right? And yeah, those candy canes there are perforating that in a not so pleasant way. The Three of Gifts, so the Three of Pentacles, we're creative, we've got, we're making progress, we're seeing things come together. So we've got 3 presents over there. Four of Candles, that's your Four of Wands, merriment, get-togethers, all kinds of blessings and celebrations, family, friends, whatever that happens to be, right? Celebrations happen with the Four of Candles, and we do have 4 candles right there. The Four of Good Cheer, so that's your Four of Cups, all right? And she's missing something. She's not seeing, she's like, oh, woe is me. She's like, oh my goodness, all these are empty. And there's something there to replenish her, something there that she wants. She just can't quite see it. So she's got to just change where she's looking, or change her attitude in some cases there. We've got the Four of Swords, so the Four of Canes coming in here, and this is rest, relaxation. And interesting how they've got this one, only because they've got like people, right? People in the other cards here, and in this one we just have a gravestone. I mean, granted, there's usually a soldier laying on top of what looks like a coffin, right, and getting some R&R, having peace of mind. So in this case, I guess a graveyard is like a nice peaceful place. Your neighbors certainly aren't going to bother you. At least you hope not. The Four of Gifts here, the Four of Pentacles. Look at Scrooge, right? Scrooge sitting there trying to, be all miserly and hold on to everything. Okay, so that's I like that one. That's actually a good one. It's quite funny. We've got the Five of Candles. So that's your Five of Wands energy. So we've got some drama, some arguments. Maybe they're supposed to be helping each other set the table, and they've probably just dredged up some issues somewhere along the way. The Five of Good Cheer does not look very cheery, right? So we've got, spilled wine glasses there. There's 2 still over there. She's not looking at them. So fairly normal. We do have, what is in here? We do have this rainbow bridge that's right in there, right? But she can't see her blessings because she's focused on that. So let's see what else we've got. The Five of Canes, that's your Five of Swords, right? Someone has won something here, but other people are left defeated. So a double-edged sword there, conflict, that kind of thing. So watch your words and your actions. And we've got the Five of Gifts, our obligatory Five of Pentacles card, right? We've got, beggars out there in the blizzard, right? They're not seeing the help available. So got to turn around and look up. And then we've got the Six of Candles, so your Six of Wands energy. There's your parade, right? Santa's Christmas parade. Everyone's happy, everyone's waving, we're feeling good, we're feeling confident. We've overcome some challenges and we're good to go. So we've got Santa's sleigh being pulled in a public environment, getting recognized for himself. We've got the Six of Good Cheer, the Six of Cups going back home, embracing the inner child in that energy. So very lovely card there. Six of Canes, that's your Six of Swords, right? So instead of a boat and water, what we're actually doing is getting in a car, right? So the kids are being protected by, it looks like, mom. We're getting in the car. Where are we going? I don't know. But better times ahead, right? So this can be that rite of passage for you, but it can also be a card of protection, right? She's protecting the kids there, or taking them to greener pastures, calmer times ahead for that one. Got the Six of Gifts, your Six of Pentacles. We all like the Six of Pentacles card, right? That energy. So a gift, a surprise, something that's not expected. But we also have some packages there, and they look like they're kind of being balanced under that tree, maybe. So a little bit of imagery missing for this one, but we do have a gift, which is quite often a little bit more of the modern day jump to for the meaning of this particular card, right? But gift giving is also about gift receiving. So things coming back to you could be there too. The Seven of Candles, that's your Seven of Wands. And this is, you know, possibly being in the spotlight or standing up or advocating, facing something that, facing some challenge. And in this case, it looks like this poor little elf here is probably challenged with, you know, taking charge of a show or doing some public speaking or whatever. He looks a little bit worried, but he's got the big candle. He's good to go. Your Seven of Good Cheer, your Seven of Cups. Oh my goodness, we're using our imagination. We got to make a decision, right? And sometimes we get stuck there. It's like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to choose. So a little bit of fantasy imagination there. Poor little snowman does look awfully worried there. We have your Seven of Canes. Oh, I see. Okay, so each cane is in a package, or it almost looks like bricks. I'm not really too sure. Probably packages. He's taken them off the shelf. So, you know, he looks pretty smug with himself, right? So it looks like he's pilfered the last of those candy canes off of the shelf, and he hasn't left any for anyone else. So Seven of Canes, maybe you just can't quite trust this guy, or he just does things to suit his own purposes. The Seven of Gifts, so that's your Seven of Pentacles, right? Maybe getting something that we're waiting for. We're trying to figure out, do I open the gifts? I've found them. It looks like we're under a bed, right? Found these gifts under a bed. Do I open them now, or do I wait till later? I kind of like how they've done that with the Christmas theme. We've all been there, haven't we? Pilfered, looked around in the house and looked for hidden Christmas gifts. And then you're like, oh my goodness, can I peek? So we have the Eight of Candle sets, your Eight of Wands energy. They're not really doing a lot by the looks of it here. We've got some holly. They are in the snow. But I guess if you look really closely at the candle flames, they are like blowing. So it does indicate like a little bit of movement, right? You know, or the wind blowing, that kind of thing. So we can get that there. Otherwise, I'm not sure how else they would have done this card. I could probably think of some ways, but it is still pretty. We've got the Eight of Good Cheer, the Eight of Cups, right? Dude saying, no, 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 none of this is what I want. I'm not interested. I think I need to move forward. So perfectly good cups. It's just they're not for me, right? So, and you can tell by the look on his face there. We've got the Eight of Canes. So it's the Eight of Swords. Oh, yeah. She's like trapped. She feels abandoned, right? She feels restricted, right? Nothing going on, surrounded by candy canes, but she is perfectly capable of moving away from that and breaking free. The Eight of Gifts. We're being productive. Look at that. We're being creative. We're being productive. We're putting everything together. We're getting the job done. We're very busy. We're very proud of our handiwork there with that stack of gifts. The Nine of Candles. So the Nine of Wands, right? He is, oh dear. It looks like he's got a bag there that's broken open, and there's all his candles that have fallen to the ground. So he's like, oh my good Lord, what next, right? Waiting for the next shoe to drop. He looks like he's been very busy. He's been trying to get everything done, right? He looks a little bit world weary in that one. Then we've got the Nine of Good Cheer. Well, good times had by all, and now we're going to nurse our hangover the next day. But in the meantime, we're just going to nurse our last glass of wine and cheers, everybody, right? Things have gone the way we wanted them to. We've gotten our wishes, we've gotten our gifts, and it's all in good fun with that Nine of Good Cheer. Of course, that's Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment, feeling good, feeling content. We have the Nine of Canes. That's your Nine of Swords, right? So not quite as jovial in that. And it looks like he's, he's kind of laying awake at night. He's worried about some stuff there. And I don't know if he's eating one of his candy canes or not, or he's gnawing on something there. So something's keeping that guy awake. Then we've got the Nine of Gifts, so your Nine of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. right? This is where we open all our presents, or we look at everything, or maybe we just do something nice for ourselves. We've given back to everybody, and now it's time to sit in that chair by the warmth of the fire and just feel, oh my goodness, things are just the way that I want them to be. We've got the 10 of Candles. Yeah, we've got some very difficult decisions to make. Maybe there's things that haven't quite gone this person's way. I'm going to have to look a little bit closer to see what the papers are all about, right? Because, of course, the 10 of Candles can be painful ending, difficult decisions to make, right? Even trying just to leave something behind can be sometimes a little bit of a challenge. So a little bit of a difficult energy there. 10 of good cheer, all in good fun. We're having a good time, happy home, happy family, happiness in our hearts, that kind of thing. So wonderful. We've got the 10 of Canes, so that would be your 10 of Swords. Oh yeah, actually, this one here is the 10 of Wands, right? 10 of Wands, 10 of Candles, right? So in this energy, yeah, there's a little bit of stress relief that is needed. She's all stressed out and freaking out. This is the 10 of Swords. Got those mixed up. Okay, so yes, this is the one, difficult ending, challenges there. A little bit of pain maybe that, poor little snowman that looked worried earlier. It looks like he had something to be worried about. He's being decapitated. So there you go. We've got the 10 of Gifts, so 10 of Pentacles energy, wonderful, right? Blessings and abundance, happy family, stability, security, right? All of this kind of stuff. Your ancestors, you've inherited some stuff, and you're good to go. King of Candles. Okay, so this is your King of Wands energy, and there he is. He's got his red throne. He's got his candles. He's sitting by the fire. He looks pretty confident. He looks pretty pleased with himself, and yeah, he's just living the good life there. King of Good Cheer, so your King of Cups, maybe overindulging a little bit there in that energy, or he's just being very creative here and he's celebrating with a little bit of a drink, but he looks approachable, he looks friendly, he looks he's got a smile on his face, a little happy dappy dude there, and so that's kind of nice in that energy. I mean, we would love to see them all on their thrones, right? But we got to shake things up a little bit every once in a while. The King of Canes, that sounds like it should be a TV show. The King of Canes here, I don't know, it's kind of boring in this card. To be honest with you, there's not a lot going on. I mean, yeah, the Swords energy does sometimes come across as a little bit cold, and we're outside, we're in the cold. He's got his jacket on and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. That card's not really doing it for me, gotta say, but that's all right. We've got the King of Gifts, so this is your King of Pentacles. He is one solid dude. He's the guy that you can rely on. He's got a lot going on. He's comfortable. He's got a gift for you, possibly. He's a little bit generous, and he's done very well for himself. So, I like his sweater. So he looks like just a nice little warm family man. We've got the Queen of Candles coming in here. So she matches the king, right? They're both sitting in front of the fire. So she's sitting there. She's got her candle there, and she looks, she looks quite happy and very content. And she also looks like someone that you can maybe rely on, and might give you a little bit of a pep talk there. We've got the Queen of Good Cheer, so that is your Queen of Cups energy. She's got her crystal ball, very spiritual. She's got some letters down there, so maybe there's a messages from spirit, or she's just, kind of feeling all the good cheer, and she's, really communicating with people, and she's got a little drink, so she's enjoying the good life there as well in that. So just standing in the kitchen and having a good time. So we've got the Queen of Canes. This is your Queen of Swords. Honestly, in this one, actually, I kind of like this a little bit better, actually a lot better than the King of Canes. And really, I mean, she's not sitting on her throne, which is fine, but she does kind of represent a little bit more of the imagery, right? She's facing a certain direction, as she should be. She's got the sword down, the king down by her side, but she is welcoming and open in this bird is coming to her for some refuge or maybe some advice or something like that, right? So she's open and receptive, but also kind of a little bit chilly, right? So that's not too bad. There's a little bit more going on in this particular one than in the King of Canes. We've got the Queen of Gifts, so the Queen of Pentacles, very generous, very nurturing, right? So very matchy-matchy with that King of Gifts there. So I like those two coming in there together. The Knight of Candles. So this Knight of Wands, right? He is a little bit immature sometimes, right? It's all about the thrill. He's got what he wanted, and he's kind of ignoring everything else around him. So he's just having a really good time. The Knight of Good Cheer, usually filled with love and romance and sweep you off your feet, right? Your knight in shining armor. A lot of love to give, a lot of, really good tidings, right? He likes to, have, a little bit of fun and joy, but also opens his heart, and he's a little bit caring, in that energy. So, he's not on his horse, but he does have a horse on his sweater. So we'll forgive him for that. The Knight of Canes is your Knight of Swords. Now, usually the Knight of Swords represents speed and action. And I think if this guy was on his sled going down a hill at full speed, this would probably resonate a little bit more. I think in this case, he's like plodding along, and he looks like he's just like, almost bored in this energy. So this one is a little bit of a miss for me, I gotta say, kind of like the King of Canes. It's just, I don't know, it's just not quite hitting home, right? So like I said, if he was going down a toboggan hill on his toboggan, holding his cane and just with the wind blowing through his hair, that would probably be a little bit more fitting for me personally, but it's not going to prevent me from using the deck, that's for sure. We've got the Knight of Gifts coming in here, and he is very patient, creating that bonsai tree, right? They take a lot of patience, a lot of care, a lot of dedication, and that's what the Knight of Gifts, the Knight of Pentacles is known for. We do have a horse. His knight, or his trusty steed, is under that tree. So we'll give them that for that. All right. Otherwise, he's kind of sitting around a little bit, right? But again, he's been nurturing that bonsai tree. Then we've got the Page of Candles. This is the Page of Wands, very excited in this energy, lighting all the candles, getting ready for, for Santa to come in. Doing something, right? She's doing something. She's not just sitting there. Let me see. Then we've got the Page of Good Cheer. No, okay. So the pages do typically represent youth and children. Now, it could be that this person here is feeding their inner child and probably sneaking some probably boozy punch when maybe they shouldn't. Their surprise is probably going to be that there's alcohol in that punch. But it looks like an older lady, right? And not that there's anything wrong with, older ladies being depicted in a deck, but it should be youth, right? We've got the Page of Candles here, right? This child or an adolescent, lighting the candles, having a good time, getting everything prepared. And, but in this one, it does look a little bit older. So it's a little bit off the mark in that particular imagery for that, as far as the person goes. I don't know, do we have a fish anywhere? I don't see a fish anywhere. I'm sure if someone sees it, they'll point it out. So yeah, a little bit off the mark for that one for me. We've got the Page of Canes. That's your Page of Swords. She is being innovative, right? She does not have a carrot to put into Mr. Snowman's nose, so she is instead shoving a candy cane in there. So yeah, Page of Canes, very curious, very innovative, and always willing to try something a little bit different or a little bit new. So again, we have the representation of youth here, though, right, in this. So unlike the Page of Good Cheer. And then last but not least, we've got the Page of Gifts. coming in. So bookwormy, right? Always with a nose in the book, willing to learn new things, expand knowledge. We've got the gifts, right? The pentacles all around there. And again, we do have, I think that's kind of a youthful image, kind of hard to tell. We do have that. So it looks like in the court cards there, they've used typically the same background for each one. And so if I find, right, I've got the page of gifts right there. If I find, I'll just flip through. If I find, yeah, here we go. We've got the Knight of Gifts. And then we've got, here we go. We've got the Queen. So we are reusing the background. And there's the King. So we are reusing the background in there. Granted, you know, different times of day or night in them, and of course they've got different imagery around them. So, you know, I mean, it's not that bad, right? You know, and at least there is a little bit of differences in here. I know some people do have a little bit of that pet peeve though with just reusing the backgrounds of these things, but they have done different things. The people are doing different things. We've got different gifts, right, all down at the base of that tree. It's just the tree is the same and the window is the same, granted different imagery outside the back. So, you know, if you're a stickler for that kind of thing, right, then that might not necessarily resonate with you. But that is just something to be aware of out of this particular deck. So anyways, I'm not going to shuffle them here right now because there's a couple of things that I want to do with this deck first, but this is going to shuffle very nicely. If you are a riffle shuffler here, you're going to find that you can do that without problem, right? I'm not going to do it because I'm going to do something else with these. But anyways, so they'll shuffle nicely. They'll also shuffle this way if you shuffle that way. You know, and of course, as we showed you in the beginning, spreads just beautifully. No resistance, no hesitation, and they're slippery, but they're not too slippery, right? Sometimes we get those decks, you try and do that with them, and the next thing you know, they're all over the place. All right. So anyways, that is this deck. That is the where is it? Oh, I'll put this one out there. Haha. So that is your Yuletide Tarot. There we go. Your Yuletide Tarot deck. Overall, loving it. Love the deck. Love the Christmas theme. There's not enough of these. You know, I can't wait to use it. I might actually even use it in my weekly readings right now, even though as I'm unboxing this deck, it is August. I don't care. Christmas in July, even though it's August, that works for me. So I'm going to do some things with this deck to prepare them for use. And, I'll have some readings up with them, right? Because I'm just that impatient and I cannot wait until December to use them. I hope you enjoyed this deck. What are your thoughts about it? Leave a comment in the box down below. I'll also leave the link down there. So if you want to purchase it, then you can easily find it. So I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.